Well, big data is a field that has emerged because we recognize that main tasks such as processing, storage, or analysis of data exceed whatever the limits that are currently affordable by a single computing platform. So there is a need to develop approaches that can cope with massive high-dimensional data that grow with the day, basically. So it suffices to say that nowadays all the world's music can be saved in a single disk. And amazingly, this disk can only cost $600, the whole world's music. Also, it is instructive if we reflect on the fact that every month there is 30 billion of pieces of content that are shared on Facebook. 30 billion. And we are about 11, we have, say, about 11 billion mobile phones by 2014. So that generate images and we take pictures with them. And the most amazing statistic is that the amount of data that are globally generated increase with a rate of 40% every year. And so every year we generate 40% more data. And this is an amazing growth. And if you compare and contrast this with only 5% growth in information technology spending, you recognize that there is a need to deal with big data, and the big data have impact. The amount of data that's being generated from studies that people conduct as we speak on brain functionality or on healthcare, what people refer to as health informatics, trying to find salient effects of basically genes and how they interact with proteins and how these are responsible for various diseases. So the more data you collect from all over the world about the effect, for example, AIDS has throughout the globe, or what are the symptoms and what are the different phases the patient goes through. Collecting this data, analyzing and drawing inferences can be of tremendous help to medical doctors. Definitely our smartphones will become closer and closer to a PC. For the average person, the desktop is most likely going to disappear. I mean, for us that work at the university and in jobs or in industry or government labs that we do technical work, we'll still use our desktop and laptop. But for the average person, the cell phone and the iPad will be replacing. So whatever you can do now with your desktop, tomorrow, I'm sure you will do it with a multi-core cell phone. Perhaps everyone, not only the incoming students, but they tend to see always that with big data you have, amounts of information that cannot be managed. But back to my original comment when we started, nature is parsimonious. So we may have big data, but many problems have low-dimensional, simple answers. And what a student needs to do is to acquire the right tools that will let him or her search through the haystack of big data to find the truth, the needle that will give him the true answer. Well, try to do well in your analytical classes, math and computer science classes. And as I said, depending on whether you have big data analytics as a tool, you may use and know how to use in various disciplines and areas or fields that people may want to pursue. But if someone wants to be performing research for the big data itself, I would say computer science related computer classes and math and statistical classes would be the relevant ones to build their background on. But still, even if you are interested in sociology, one way or the other, you will use tools that touch upon big data analytics.